And here in Ocean State, investors at the Osogbo Industrial Development Centre (IDC) in Ayekpe area of the state have called for swift government intervention amid the ongoing power crisis that has crippled industrialization at the federal government facility. The investors also urged the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company (IBDC) to avail the Osogbo IDC 18-house daily power supply. Obi Sanusi has more.
February 1976, on a 70-hectare expanse, the Osogbo Industrial Development Centre was born from a partnership between the federal government and the United Nations Industrial Development Organization and the United Nations Development Programme. Its mission was clear: to foster technical growth and provide critical support for small and medium-scale enterprises across the nation. Today, however, this vision, shared by 30 similar centres nationwide, stands in jeopardy. These centres, envisioned as the bedrock of a homegrown industrial revolution, have become largely inactive, representing loss of decades and a missed opportunity to build self-sustaining industrial base that could have powered Nigeria's economic advancement. Despite being transferred to the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Agency of Nigeria, SMEDAN, in 2011 for revitalization, progress has been slow. The Osogbo IDC embodies this struggle too and now grapples with a debilitating power crisis that is stifling production and chasing away investment. Investors relying on heavy machinery like Bolaji Jegede, who assembles grinding machines and wheelbarrows, are bearing the brunt. Mr. Jegede reveals that he has been forced to run entirely on a generator since starting operations 4 months ago, a challenge that he says may drive investors away.
Power is a big issue that we have now, and we are really appealing to government at all levels to work with the IBDC to ensure that we can get maximum power. Because there's no way we can really get return on investment when we don't have power, and we are running diesel here for the past 4 months. We've been running on diesel every day. It's huge, and that's one thing that we really need to solve.
The story of paralysis continues elsewhere in the facility at Samuel Sanusi's modern automobile workshop, where modern-day technology is available to repair vehicles, and Monsurat's Ololade's leatherworks firm remained dormant, unable to commence business due to the unreliable electricity. Dr. Sanusi and his co-investors made a passionate appeal to government at all levels, calling for constant power to unlock their potential and operate effectively.
But we can't really start. Like I mentioned the other time, the only time I've seen light here was 7 p.m. just once. And within 2 hours, the light went off. So it's not really encouraging. We would be hoping that this support is provided as quickly as possible.
I was running the factory in a 3-bedroom flat, and we felt this is a big opportunity for people like us to evolve, add more capacity, and empower other young persons, train them, and expose them to the real life problem. But what we met here is quite draining. But we are hopeful, and we believe that for the federal government to open this place for us, they won't just abandon us to it.
Similarly, the Osun State Manager of SMEDAN, Samuel Adebola, expressed deep concern over the impact of the blackout, specifically calling on the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company (IBEDC) to honor a prior agreement to provide 18 hours of daily power to the industrial center.
The duration of supplying us with light has been so erratic, and we've had several meetings with the management of IBEDC. They gave us approval of 18 hours, which they communicated to us. But since that time, it has never been implemented. So we are appealing to them. We are just appealing to IBEDC and at the same time the state government to galvanize efforts in giving us a maximum supply of light. Because where you are, we are seated on a gold mine. This place has potential of giving people jobs at the same time of creating wealth for the state and beyond.
But IBEDC's senior communications officer in Osun State, Kikelomo Weye, in an interview, offered a different account, disputing the existence of any such agreement with the IDC investors. Mrs. Oweye explained that the feeders supplying the area fall under Band C, where supply is pegged at 12 hours, and that universally low generation from the national grid is affecting all their franchise areas.
IBEDC did not have an agreement with any investor at all of that capacity, and there was no promises that we can make outside our policies and our scope of operations. Because the area where they are located, the feeder happens to be on Band C, which means minimum of 12 hours per day. And we can go out of the scope to actually supply a single entity outside other feeders because we work with the network. So it's what is obtainable on that feeder that we can actually give out to our customers.
She urged the investors at the Osogbo IDC, which is located in Ayekwe area, to remain patient, assuring that interventions would follow once power generation improves nationally. The ongoing power crisis at the Osogbo IDC underscores a broader national challenge that businesses face in Nigeria. It is, however, expected that government at all levels make bold decisions to see to the revitalization of the Osogbo IDC and intervene in the power crisis. This is one of the facilities at the Industrial Development Centre here in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, and the investors here are decrying the lack of power to effectively run their businesses. As you can see, the one behind me has been running on generator for the past 4 months. And if this continues, these investors may begin to run at loss. From Osogbo, the Osun State capital, Toby Sanusi, Western Spring Television News.